So I have sort of a weird idea. We're going to see how this goes. It's going to be an experiment. My idea is to take some of this texture glaze and put it inside of this Ziploc bag. And I think I'm going to put enough that if you squeeze it, you can kind of see through it so that it'll kind of move around. I don't think I'm going to fill the entire bag. And then I'm thinking I'm going to take this clear packaging from the Foundations paper pack and somehow layer it with this and then have it be outside, attach it here with some of this washi tape from the Wildflower and Honey collection. Maybe put it over here to cover this seam. Now, this is a risky thing to do because I'm putting liquid in a scrapbook album, right? So I have a couple thoughts about that. First, I thought maybe I would put another piece of plastic over this. I'm not sure. I'm going to kind of feel out how safe this feels. But the other thing I was thinking is that this might harden once it's inside the bag. I'm not sure. So I'm going to do it and just hope that it goes well. So we're just going to experiment here. So I would have very much preferred to have had a smaller bag, but I didn't have any at my house. The smallest bag that has a seal like this does that I could find was a snack bag, a Ziploc snack bag. But you know, they have smaller bags like this. Actually, now I'm thinking about it, in my jewelry, I have like a jewelry making drawer. I think I have some smaller bags. I should have used one. The point is that I had to use a lot of glaze because I picked such a big bag. But if you picked a smaller one, you wouldn't have to use nearly as much glaze as I used. I really like, though, how shiny this stayed even through that plastic. And originally, when I had this idea, I thought that I would put it in a pocket page and then use the fuse tool. But I realized that the fuse tool essentially fuses two pieces of plastic together using a series of dots. And the glaze could seep out from between those spaces. So, that would happen, I think, as well with machine stitching. So I realized I needed something essentially for food where nothing can leak out, which is why a bag like this was ideal, but I didn't want that seam to show. So I'm taking some red line tape here and I'm adhering it to this transparency sheet. This is from the Wildflower, no, it's not from Wildflower and Honey. It's from the 12 by 12 foundation paper pack from Vicki. And I liked the way that that red and gold looked together for, this is a page for my December daily album. And I actually ended up stamping the wrong number. This is actually a story from day 5, so I don't know. I might end up actually redoing this and doing it in a smaller bag, but this was just kind of to see how this would go and experiment here. This washi tape, I love this washi tape. It's from the Wildflower and Honey collection. It seems a little bit different than other washi tape. It seems to me that it's a little bit sturdier and a little bit more flexible, almost more like a fabric-y type tape. So it's a really good one. So I have here, I'm using the metallic color wheel to stamp the number 6. It didn't stamp all the way on, so I tried to use kind of the end of that pie-shaped piece to fill in those holes there. But then I thought, you know, it actually kind of looks cool to have that space. So I noticed as I was like adhering on top of the bag, it was moving the glaze around, and I noticed a while later that some of it wasn't moving as well. So I think it actually did sort of solidify or harden in there, which was kind of the goal. It turned out, you know, to be fine. This is a piece of scalloped fabric ribbon that I made a few weeks ago, just dipping it in watercolor brushes. Put some watercolor brushes and water on a piece of plastic and then kind of dipped the ribbon in it. So I thought that it would add like a lot of fun color there for that page. And here I'm just stamping a little stamp from Crafty Jen Scow. She had like a Grinch set come out, and just to tell a little story about that picture. But again, I'm not going to probably be able to actually use this because I realized today is not the 6th. So, oh, that's how it goes. So then I'm using here this washi tape again to create a fold so that the photo kind of flips up there. And then I was looking for some pattern paper. There you can see it moved around when I put the rolling adhesive on. I wanted some pattern paper that was Christmassy, but I really like those butterflies. So I just decided, you know what, it's fine. Butterflies can exist at Christmas. So this is a really fun technique. I would encourage you to try it and maybe try a smaller bag if you don't want to use up so much of the glaze. And I also like the way that it goes there with those butterflies. A lot of fun shimmer all together.